The Solstice event is here, and along with it we get one new weapon and two reprised weapons with new perk pools. So in today's video we're going to break down what are the exact god rolls of all three of these weapons. Quick disclaimer, I do have 19,000 hours playing the game, so I know a good weapon from a bad one when I see it, and I know a good roll from a bad roll and a trash roll from a god roll. And it needs to be said that sometimes certain weapons are just not good even with the god roll, so keep that in mind before we jump into this. First up we have the something new hand cannon. Now this is the 120 archetype. It's a stasis hand cannon, and it does have the origin trait Dream Work, which is once per reload, assist or assisted final blows, partially refill the magazine from reserves, potentially overflowing the magazine. This is actually a really nice origin trait and does work well with a variety of different archetypes. It's going to be on all three of the weapons that we're looking at today. The roll I have up here is the PvP god roll. If you like using 120s, they do have a little bit more range than 140s. Bungie did just do a nerf to a variety of different pulse rifles, so 120s might be a little bit more viable now that Graviton Lance and No Time to Explain have been reeled back just a little bit. The god roll is going to be kill clip, rapid hit, ricochet rounds, fluted barrel, and a handling masterwork. The reason why you want so much handling is because these 120s have terrible reload and terrible handling overall, but with rapid hit we're going to have really nice reload. And keep in mind that kill clip is not going to make this weapon 2-tap from just kill clip's damage alone, but it is going to extend the range and potentially make the ease of use easier by allowing you to land one to the head, two to the body based on their resilience. So this is going to be the best roll of the something new hand cannon. If you snag one, if you are out there doing the bonfire bash and you get a roll like this, you might want to hang on to it for PvP purposes specifically. Now let's move on to the PvE god roll of the something new, which of course again has the really nice origin trait. Along with it is going to be the frenzy perk. This is just an excellent perk overall in PvE. You'll get a lot of uptime, especially when you're doing challenging activities. Ads are always shooting at you. You should always be in combat more or less. So frenzy is going to be the best perk on this. We have rapid hit. We're going to go with appended mag, our fluted barrel, and handling masterwork. Now keep in mind that hand cannons are getting buffed in PvE next season, 75% more damage to majors, so it might be pretty good then. We don't know, only time will tell. We have to wait for that buff to go live, but in the meantime, if you're doing bonfire bash like we mentioned and a roll like this drops for you, you might want to hang on to it just in case the hand cannon buffs next season are crazy and this ends up being one of the better hand cannons. You never know. Moving on to the next weapon, we're going to talk about the compass rose. Now I did try to make a PvP and a PvE god roll of each weapon, but for the compass rose there's really just not a good PvE roll. There's no perk combination here that you should really keep, so honestly if you're trying to use this thing in PvE, just don't. Its archetype is a precision frame, which is not the best frame overall. You want to be using a lightweight frame, so pass on using the compass pass rose in PvE. However, if you want to rock it in PvP, still not the best weapon overall, but you can get a snapshot, quick draw, accurized rounds, corkscrew rifling, and a range masterwork roll, and it won't be too bad for you. Now again, while I said this is the god roll of this weapon, it's still not going to be a meta defining weapon, but you might want to hang on to it because it's probably an okay shotgun in PvP. Now last and certainly least, we're going to be talking about the crowning duolog rocket launcher. This thing is in fact a duolog. It is two turds in one. I have no clue why Bungie put this thing together. I can't see any good rolls or any good usage of this thing. It's literally the worst frame for the rocket as well. Everything about this just screams bad, bad, bad. Don't use, don't use. You want to use rockets in general for DPS. So if you're going to use this with its perk pool, you're probably going to use it more for like ad clear, and we just don't see that with rockets. However, if you want to be a weirdo, if you want to be that guy that uses rockets for ad clear, you can use chain reaction and auto loading holster, and you can shoot your rocket and watch everything explode with those strand explosions. That's the only notable mention I can even give to this, but honestly, I'm going to dismantle every single one of these rockets on site as soon as it drops personally, and I recommend you to probably do the same, but let me know if you agree or disagree with my opinions on the god rolls of these weapons. And if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe. Click on the screen now to watch another video from this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.